When we parked our expeditionary fleet behind the moon of a Class 4 planet, the third in orbit of a yellow star in an otherwise barren system, we assumed subjugation would be simple. Humanity, as they call themselves, were a divided species. Warfare was frequent and often brutal, even with their primitive weapons. As standard procedure dictated, we began scanning for strategic centers and monuments of great importance to target first. We eventually settled on our first targets: the Eiffel Tower on the western end of the largest landmass, the Forbidden City on the eastern end of the same landmass, and a site in the capital of the country on the third largest landmass. Command was indecisive on which of the many monuments or structures to target in this city. Much debate was held over to strike the more militarily important Pentagon or the politically significant White House. Eventually, a compromise was reached, an unassuming target of obvious significance, in a section away from any other major structure. Why else would they keep a guard on it for the entirety of the planet's rotation? It couldn't hurt the civilian populace, and it would be a nice, small target to demonstrate how precisely we could hit them. That was a terrible mistake. We later learned, after 3 bloody decades of fighting backwater primates, being pushed back from world to world with no quarter offered, just what we had destroyed, something that angered them to their very core. Humans have a tradition, you see. Being such a barbarous and warlike species, they could not always account for their dead. Some were missing and never found. Some there was nothing left to find. This led to millions of soldiers being lost and not receiving proper burial rites. These soldiers were honored in many places, but none as revered as the American Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. By desecrating this site, we had provoked the worst of their bloodlust from their living soldiers for the memory of their dead ones. I write this report now, as the last of the remaining command staff from that expedition, buried deep in the bunkers of our homeworld. I believe they mean to bury us here, and leave us entombed to be forgotten, unlike their soldiers, whomever they may have been.